This tutorial will cover the 4 intermediate knots. You have the figure 8, sheep shank, single ball on a bite, and the Spanish bowline. Alright, first up, figure 8 knot. This is very, very simple, just like a square knot. Now, none of the NAVEDTRAs in the Navy shows how to tie this, so we're going to go by the Ashley's Book of Knots. As you see here, we'll make a couple twists and feed the bitter end through just like so. One more time. Take the bite, twist it once. One more time. Reach through, grab the bitter end, and pull it through. Notice it looks like a figure 8. Single ball on a bite. I'm sorry, sheep shank. To shorten a line or take a load off of weak spot just in case of emergency, and right here is where that weak spot should be. Now the diagram that's about to pop up right here. The red arrow shows where the weak spot is. Now the setup. You'll make a backwards S, 2, Z, whatever you want to call it, and have the two ends sticking out just a little bit for the half hitches. Now the preview, we're going to make a half hitch there, half hitch here. And first step is to bring the two parts of the bite together. Take this working end across, around, and you know how to make a half hitch. Boom, just like that. The other end, same thing. And take the working end about like a 90-degree angle. That will be helpful. Take it around both parts of that bite, back under itself, and make your second half hitch. And as long as you have strain, constant strain, this knot will hold. But if you do not, just like you see in this demonstration, it's easily spilled. Okay, so be careful. Single ball on the bite. Whenever you need a single eye in the center, you will utilize this knot. And a little bit later, we'll show you some practical applications. All right. Now, first step, I'm going to go ahead and untie this. Alright, some will show you this way, and nothing wrong with that. I like to do it this way. It's kind of like tying it up in the air, so I'll loosely go around, make an X. Okay, bring it up the middle, intersecting that X, and down the middle of those two parts. Reach under the first part, over the middle, grab the other end, and work out all the slack. Finesse it back and forth. Okay, this is the back of the knot, and this is the front, and it looks like a bowline. Okay, one more time. Slowly around, make an X as you go back up, then straight up, straight down, reach through over the middle, grab the other end, and work out all of the slack. And don't pull it super tight, just work it out nice and gentle like. Okay, there you got that bowline look. Now for some practical application here. This represents a lifeline with 2 fixed points, and this diagram shows an example of a temporary lifeline on an unrep station. Now we can always just manually heave around and tie a couple of half hitches, but it's not as tight as we want. So to get that extra boost, we will apply a single ball on a bite right about here. Now work some of the slack towards where you're going to tie it. Notice that X. Work it around, straight up, straight down, reach through, grab the other end, and work out all the slack. Now take the bitter end, which represents the hauling part, place it through the eye, and taking a look, it kind of resembles a tackle, and it's going to provide you 2-to-1 mechanical advantage. So as you're heaving around, notice how tight it is getting. So we're going to stop it off here and apply a couple of half hitches on the standing parts. But better yet, we learned a rolling hitch in one of the other tutorial videos, so we'll go ahead and practice that one. So we got the half hitch there, but we're going to bring it back through again, and this is the rolling hitch feature. And remember that crossover that we had right here? Then we'll finish it off by taking it back around, make that half hitch, bring it together, and lock it down nice and tight. You can also use this method to secure for sea. And the last knot is the Spanish bowline knot, used as a substitute for a bosun's chair. It has two eyes where you can slip your legs through. And this one is a little more complicated, has more steps. So this is the first step, is to make two parts going over a single part. Now if that was kind of complicated to do that, you can just kind of flip it over this way and then turn it over and you get the same result. And I'm just gonna hold this up in the air so you can kind of see it more clearly. Alright, step one, we'll cross the right over the left side. And take note, you have parts where it's making an X right here. So we're going to pinch those parts, keep it in place, and we will take it down, like towards you and down, and we're going to make two smaller loops. Now the bigger loops we'll bring downwards so we can see those smaller loops, and feed these larger loops directly through. One here, directly through on the other side. And after both of them are through, we'll work out the slack and set the knot. And notice it looks like a bowline on that side, and here's the back of the knot. Well, that's it. Another successful tutorial, yay. And this video was brought to you by the Boatswain NAVEDTRA, and due to copyright, I don't have the picture of the Ashley's Book of Knots, but the figure 8 knot was taken from one of its pages. Thank you for watching.